Hello, Mr. Adams.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. My name is Alexandra Smith. I'll be your social worker.
Yeah,
Okay. Before we get started, I want you to look over the confidentiality paperwork. Where this paperwork is basically saying that whatsoever we discuss here stays here. It will go nowhere else.
What do confidential mean?
Confidential means that it is secret, it's private, it's your information, and I'm not going to share it with nobody else.
Okay.
Okay. You can look over it. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to look over it, and you can sign it at, just to verify that you're okay with this. And I'll send it to your email that you get a personal copy of it, of our agreement. Okay.
Am I gonna get a personal sign?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna scan in this paper right
Okay.
here.
Are you gonna sign it in front of me?
No, you can sign it because you're the one consenting to us making this confidential.
Right.
And I'm going to scan your paperwork in, and I'm going to send you a copy of it showing that we both, were in agreement.
Yeah, but don't you have to sign?
I'll sign it as well.
Okay. Can you sign it after I sign it?
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure.
That's fine. And I'll send you a copy of this through your email, okay?
Okay, sign, copyright.
The signed copy, yes, sir. Okay. So Mr. Adams, so what brings you here today?
Excuse me. Brings me today. It's a long story. I'm a single father of three children. My wife died 6 months ago of cancer. We had a 2-income household. Now I'm down to 1 income. I work all the time. I feel that I have no time to spend with my children. My family is helping me pick my children up from school. Even with all my hours worked, still got barely enough to feed my children, to clothe them, or do anything for them. I'm here to see if there's any help that can be offered.
Okay. Well, Mr. Adams, I am so sorry about your loss of your wife. I know that it's hard. I can't imagine losing my spouse, so I know that will be a hard thing to deal with. I heard what you said, and have you ever thought about, or have you gone through any grief counseling?
Yes.
You
My
have.
job offered 18 weeks of grief counseling.
18 weeks. That's a long time. Are you where the process are?
I have started the counseling. I went in for it's either you can do it. They have the virtual option now, but you can do it virtual, or you can have somebody come out to the job and meet you there. So I've been doing the virtual option. Yes, so I did it for 3 weeks, then I stopped. I didn't have time, so I'm trying to schedule right now another time to pick back up to where I can continue to get the counseling, because when I was doing it, it was a good help to me. It was a great service to me, so I really enjoyed it, talking to the counselor, and they helped me a whole lot. To deal with this process.
Yeah. So since your job gives that, I just want to also let you know that I don't know if you know, after you do those 18 weeks, if you were in need of some more counseling, because that might happen.
So, some additional counseling?
Yes, sir. Because that may happen. Because with grief, there's many different stages, and there's no time frame on you grieving.
Right.
So that's
what they told me in the told me. There's many different stages. So I think the stage that I am is still in the disbelief. Still trying to process everything. It's just shock.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So,
So even after that, we have some people that can help you with that. We have some grief counselors as well that I can get you connected with. That would be free of charge. But just to help you to, you know, because even grief hits you years later, and sometimes you kind of need it again.
right.
So-
Can you email me that?
Yes, sir. I can. I'll send you the email, the list of the counselors, and I can also reach out and have them call you if
Yes.
you want to.
Yes, that'd be great.
But have you ever thought about grief counseling for your children? Have they done that?
No, I counsel my children.
Okay. Okay.
So with that, we have been talking about it, discussing it as a family,
Yeah.
and but still, I know I'm not naive to the fact that you know that they may need additional help beyond what I can give them because of we're all in this together. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so sometimes outside voice
Mhm.
is able to get more out of them than what I can.
Okay.
And I have a 11th grader, a 10th grader, and a 7th grader. So the 11th and the 10th grader, seem like they're processing well. But the 7th grader, ever since then, he's been kind of acting out. His behavior is changing. Grades are falling off a little bit, and so the teachers have been reaching out to me now. So we are thinking that could be from the loss of his mother. So I would love, especially for him, to have some counseling services. If y'all able to help with that.
Yeah, and I can get you with a child counselor for grief, as well as I would think that you probably would need to do family counseling.
Yes.
So you can get all of you, and even with the 11th and 10th grader, things that they may not be, even though they're talking to you and they seem like they're faring well. Children, think about them, they know that you're hurting as well. And sometimes they try to limit hurting you anymore with some of their issues, and so they withhold from you what really may be on their mind.
Right.
And so that outside person can really be a help and a tool to get them to open up even more.
Right.
So so I'm gonna give you some information for the family counseling as well as the grief counseling. So because I think all of that will help to get you over this. And I heard you saying that you're working, but you're not able to afford food and clothing. So how, with that, we do have some programs that I can get you into with that. So we can get you to, we have have you tried to apply for SNAP?
SNAP, what's that?
Or EBT, any kind of food stamps,
Okay.
assistance?
Yes, I did, but they said that I made too much.
Okay. Well, we can deal with that too.
So they denied me
Yeah, we can deal with that too.
twice. They denied me twice.
Yeah, we're just there's some other programs that I do know of, some nonprofits that you don't have to qualify income wise. It's just what the need is, and they're willing to help you with that. Because there's stuff out here that can help you, and especially with a father who is trying his best to take care of his children.
Single black father too.
Yes. So there's a lot of things out here to help you to even further. Another thing, so you said you're working at a gas station. Would you, have you been thinking about, it might be too much at this time, but maybe in the furtherance of the future, have you thought about going back to school?
Yes, I have 2 degrees.
Okay.
Yes. I have a master's and I have a bachelor's.
Okay. And are you working in your field of degree?
No, I have applied for jobs for years. Could not find nothing. Job it's either I didn't have the experience.
Yes, sir.
Things like that. So
Well,
I had to do what I had to do.
I understand. I understand.
Take
You
care of
gotta
my
have a
family.
job.
That's right.
So
Yeah, as the Bible says, man, don't work, you don't eat.
that's right. So I have some. I believe I have some things that we can try to. Either if you can give me a resume, we can try to get you with somebody to beef up your resume, especially if you have those 2 degrees, so we can get you, a job where you can be at one job
Can you
instead
get me
of
a
2.
job here?
I'll look into that because they may have some positions open, actually. But that way you can work at one job, and you can be able to be there for your children, because I know that's a big thing for you. And that one job can carry you for the full duration of, instead of having to do 2 jobs over. I want to be able to really be a help to you. So I definitely, before we, I think we went over almost everything. Do you have anything else you would like to talk about?
No, I just want to say thank you for your help. It's something that I feel that's going to help me and my family.
Yeah.
Navigate through this time.
Yes. I know this is hard, but we want to help you to push forward as much as possible. And so, before we end our meeting, I want to recap on things that we're going to work on. And so, if we have to have another meeting, when we have that next meeting, we're just talking about what we're already working on.
Right.
Okay. So, grief counseling for you. If you for the extended after your 18 weeks, grief counseling for your children, and then we want to do some family counseling, so y'all can know how to move on after this is over.
Right.
Also, help with some assistance with some programs that would help with food and clothing for the children and you. And we're going to work on making your resume beefed up. And I'm gonna try to see if we might have jobs open. I think we do have some job openings here. We're gonna try to put those applications in for you, as well as some other places, because that way you can work on one job, one income, and have more time for your children. Okay. All right, Mr. Adams. It was so nice meeting you.
Thank
and
you.
Of course, we're gonna be more in touch.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get all the stuff that you need and send it to your email. Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you.